Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. I am your grateful host. And in studio with me, my main man, Jamie Angeli.
Yeah, on jelly, huh?
Didn't you say that's what they called you in basic?
All sorts of stuff. And jelly, on hey, angly.
Cool. Yeah, you got some silent letters in there.
Got them all, man.
I like it.
Hey, it's Thursday, and it's not raining, and it's actually not bad outside.
Yeah. Are we doing a giveaway today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Doggone. I wish it was today.
Tomorrow.
I wish we could do two. Anyway, hey, thanks, guys, so much for joining us today. I've been so excited. I couldn't wait to see you, or I guess you see us on Rumble. And we are broadcasting live on rumble.com. Go to rumble.com. Go check us out, the Josh Guillory Show. You can see us. You can chat. That chat feature's been pretty hot and heavy for a few days in a row. Actually, last couple of weeks. So appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I learned a few things the other day, too. One of our buddies chatted on there some good stuff. I see you, Joe Biden's lost memory. A frequent flyer over there. All righty, let's see here. Also broadcasting live from the KPEL studios in Acadiana. We're going to go to ABC. ABC's been, besides this article, ABC itself has been in the news, obviously, with Jimmy Kimmel. And for our Acadiana audience, I know many of you are on pins and needles to know this, but yes, your local AB affiliate is choosing to cover, to broadcast Jimmy Kimmel.
Did you watch it last night?
No.
Oh.
I watched as much last night as I did in the past. I liked this little show he did back in the day.
The Man Show?
That was fun. Funny.
Ain't no man now.
Man, I wonder if you're going to offend him if you say that. Call him
Well,
a
he's
man.
offended me multiple times, so he can get over it.
Yeah. So let's go to good side of ABC on this one. Good article. They are reporting that President Trump has unveiled them, and I'm seeing on other outlets too now. He is unveiling a new presidential Walk of Fame. That's going to be along the West Wing colonnade. The wall features portraits of every American president. But where Joe Biden's picture would normally go, there's a photo of an auto pen instead. I'm just telling you what the man's doing.
I mean, did you see it?
No.
Oh,
man. We got to be able to put that up on Rumble. One day we ought to put that stuff up.
It reminds me. You remember LCG? They had all the old mayor presidents in a line. Well, it's the same exact thing, except when you get to Obama or Clinton, they start to go up, and it gets to Obama, then it gets to Trump, then it gets to a nice picture of this device with Biden's signature, and then it gets to Trump again with that serious.
Yes.
Whoa. Face.
I followed an auto pen. It's okay.
I do everything with Sharpie by hand, all unique, all worth money.
So the White House highlighted the move on social media. They're not hiding from it. Trump has long mocked Biden's heavy use of the auto pen during his presidency, suggesting Biden wasn't actually making the decisions he signed. Well, we kind of agree on that. Biden responded with a statement. He said, I'm going to reply, saying he made the decisions himself, though. And that
I just couldn't get the strength to write.
He claims otherwise that the claims were ridiculously and false. Hey, pal. Hey, come closer. The auto pen substitution, well, it's not the first decorative change under Trump we saw in June. Oh, there it is. I'm going to come back to that. In June, Hillary Clinton's portrait was removed and replaced with a red, white, and blue painting of Trump. Okay. In August, portraits of Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and George Herbert Walker Bush were moved to less prominent spots.
The broom closet, man. He put them in a closet. Like where they keep the mops.
Did he really?
It's something like that.
I knew it was hidden away. But hey, I'm not condoning this behavior. I'm just telling you.
They're still up.
Trump has also paved over parts of the White House lawn to create the Rose Garden Club. Did you see that?
Oh, I did. It's got these Mar-a-Lago gold and white umbrellas. Did you see what he did at the Oval Office?
No.
He gold plated just about every real 24 karat gold. He embossed just about every little nook and cranny with gold leaf. It's very gold in there.
Go. He's been visiting the Middle East too much. Those Middle Eastern leaders.
I always love it. You remember the gold toilets in Iraq?
No. With Uday and Uze and Kuze or whatever?
Yeah, one of the main palaces had a gold
Oh,
toilet.
yeah. Heard about it. So the colonnade, that's pretty historic. If you don't know what we're referring to, it dates back to Thomas Jefferson. It's a historic walkway connecting the West Wing and then the executive residence. It now doubles as a gallery with Biden represented, by the machine most associated with his presidency, the auto pen. Now go back to that pen picture. Let me see here. Yeah, you can go in here and see it online. You got President Trump. Oh, it's beautifully done. And it even has his signature. Wait a minute.
Joseph Robinette Biden.
Hold on. If I look closely, is that the letter that he sent me with my misspelled wife's name?
No, I think that one's Biden's pardon letter. I mean, Hunter's pardon letter.
Oh, yeah, that's better. That's a better one. That's a better one. Hey, pal. He said he wasn't going to pardon Hunter.
Joe Biden lost memory. You said this picture's in the closet next to Lindsey Graham.
Oh, Lord. Hey, Lindsey's an ally.
Yeah.
Lindsey's an ally. So, man, we see this a lot. President Trump, hey, look, what do you want me to say?
He's the ultimate troll.
I mean, that dude, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
If you want to be political, you want to cause some discourse or whatever, do stuff like this. Don't shoot people.
Yeah.
Like, be clever.
Yeah.
Do something outside the box.
Exactly. No one's getting hurt by this. This is definitely
some feelings getting hurt, I'm sure. But get over it.
Hey, this is Trump. This is Trump being Trump, baby. Look, hey, it's funny, but I mean you're right. I didn't think about it like that. You're right. If you want to take a shot, take a shot like that. It's humor. It's show you're a human being. Go outside and touch some grass.
Your inner child, your inner churlishness.
He does summons that.
Yeah, he's a little childish, but you see, some things I wouldn't do myself. You got to be a little more of a statesman, I'd say.
He don't care.
You don't.
And you know what? Quite frankly, maybe, but quite frankly, the route he has taken to the presidency and the route that he had to take to get back to the presidency, man, hey, you want to poke fun of him? You want to put an auto pen picture up there? You want to call him Sleepy Joe or whatever? I don't care. It just doesn't bother me.
Hey, I'll say this. He had a much easier time the second go-round getting into office than he did the first go-round. I think people were absolutely shocked the first time. The second time, they're like, oh, thank goodness.
Well, that's true. Especially, it's almost better that he had a term in between.
Oh,
let people
we've talked about
let the folks see, Let the folks see. All right, guys, stick around. We're going to be right back. I can't wait. We're going to talk about one of Jamie's favorite folks. What's his name? Let's see here. Oh, yeah, James Comey. You remember him?
That guy.
Hey, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble. Want to see you over there. Go join my friends over at rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. You can listen to us. You can watch us. You can watch us live. You can see old archived podcasts. We love it. Hey, Kill Switch, this is on Rumble. After his first year, every executive order was signed by Biden's auto pen. Hardest working pen in the business. You ain't kidding.
And listen, tomorrow, if you want to win that giveaway we got going tomorrow, you got to go in, sign up, follow our page on Rumble. And tomorrow during the show, I'm going to drop a little phrase in there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ask a little bit later on for folks to call in with whatever that phrase is. So you got to be in Rumble to see what it is.
All right, let's do it. Okay. Good deal, Lucille. Let's move on, shall we? Talk about James Comey. So federal prosecutors are reportedly preparing to ask a grand jury to indict former FBI Director James Comey on perjury charges. The case centers on whether Comey lied to Congress during his September 30th, 2020 testimony about his handling of the Russia investigation. Prosecutors have only days left to decide since the 5-year statute of limitation expires at the end of the month, so it's getting there. If charges do move forward and a grand jury approves, this would be one of the most high-profile indictments of Trump's second term, to say the least. Comey hasn't been charged yet, important to note that, and his lawyer hasn't commented, but the clock is ticking. We're going to see. We're going to see. And we got a whole bunch of reports over there. So just a few little notes to maybe remember. Comey testified in 2020 that he stood by his past statements that he never leaked to the media and never authorized others at the FBI to leak. Nope. Double down. But in 2017... he admitted under oath that he sent memos documenting his meetings with President Trump to a Colombian professor. Well, why? Oh, so that information could be leaked to the press. That's what he said when he was under oath. The DOJ's Inspector General already found he violated FBI policies by leaking those memos. That's kind of old news, but maybe you didn't see it on the news. Though the IG said there was no proof he leaked classified material. That was also a finding. Comey has also been under fire for how he handled Hillary Clinton's private email investigation. I'm saying that very nicely. And then for how he ran the Russia collusion probe. Russia. Remember that? Turned out to be a hoax, by the way. Turned out to be an absolute falsified operation. Wonder how much that cost us. Not just in treasure, but how much did that cost us with trust in our institutions? How many? Did we lose half the country? I think we're losing more than that just by the actions of law enforcement at the federal level. FBI, DOJ. Maybe it's coming back. I don't know. It's going to take some time. I mean, that's a major culture shift that would have to happen to even remotely see a change over there. That's what happens when you expand the federal government. Even on good ideas. Going to help people. Yeah, but until that person's dead or out of office or out of the bureaucrat administrative state that he or she left. When your guy or gal's in, it's wonderful when you got the power and they do what they use it to your liking. But if they violate the Constitution, you're not going to like it. We are not going to like it when the other folks do it. So we got to stay consistent on that. But I digress. On top of all what we just said about Russia collusion probe, big time hoax, the email server of Hillary Clinton, it's just a grandmother sending emails and recipes, You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be very bored. Just a grandmother sending emails and recipes. I'd like to know a recipe.
Hillary Clinton's grandma?
Sure.
Talk to Mayor Charlotte Clavier.
She actually has Hillary Clinton's mother's.
She was friends with Hillary Clinton's mother. Like they were look,
Hey,
they are all connected.
I didn't know. I didn't
Not
know.
connected politically. I'm saying they have
yeah,
history.
Dig
like,
that,
as
dig
far
it
as
out of
family.
that one.
No, we love Mayor Sharp.
For sure. I love Mayor Sharp. Love all my friends. Okay. So, on top of all that, though, you may recall he stirred outrage recently when he posted a picture of seashells on a little beachside walk. Former FBI director, probably walking there with penny loafers and wind pants.
You know, they would have forgotten about him.
Actually, he probably walking around with like some Daisy Duke dress.
You think he's a transgendered in his?
No, I think he's an idiot.
Yeah, that's a good summation of him.
I think he's an arrogant moron.
But you think had he refrained from posting this 8647 thing or whatever, you think we'd even be talking about him right now?
You know, sadly, I think not. I think not. You know, and for me to say that, then I would have to, for that statement to be true, I would have to admit the smellings of lawfare. But then again, I'm just answering your question. That doesn't mean he didn't lie under oath. Okay, so I think those are independent questions. Did he lie under oath, and would we have heard about this had he not done that? I don't know, and here's why I don't know. I don't know how long the Department of Justice has been investigating James Comey. I don't know where they're at in their prosecution. It seems like they're just now at debating on whether or not to ask a grand jury if they agree to even bring an indictment, which would be the charge, okay, or charges. So we don't know. We don't know any of all that. But also a true statement that I genuinely believe and find him to be arrogant. And to a point where, I think there was a neglected duty. I really do. I really do. I feel like when you're in that position, you have such an awesome duty and responsibility to be truthful and to be transparent and to not play politics. I think that he's not the only one. A matter of fact, I don't know one that hasn't. Okay, and you can start from Hoover. I'm just saying.
J. Edgar?
Yes.
Not Herbert.
No, not Herbert. Herbert. No.
Hey, good news.
Herbert Hoover again. Remember that song?
No.
That's the anyway. Someone's gonna remember.
Some old folks.
Someone's gonna remember.
Good news, everybody. Breaking news.
Yo,
where's the bell? The president has signed the TikTok executive order, and China's on board, and ByteDance has been ordered to sell TikTok to the American people.
Hey, all right. So all of our TikTok lovers, guys, you can just sleep in peace now.
You can start doing your little dances again. You know
yeah,
how they do that?
It was a boomerang too.
You and them boomerangs. Those things are so goofy.
That's the first thing y'all made me do on TikTok.
That was a y'all.
Yeah.
That was somebody on my staff.
Me and Pat Lewis. We were like, what do y'all want us to do? Point here and point there. What is this? It's a boomerang.
No thanks. Hey, also some more breaking news. If you live in Lafayette Parish, 911 system is down.
Yeah. Hey.
So look up the other number if you need help.
Mm-hmm.
It's an emergency.
Well, all right. So
before you go there, we should go to break.
Yeah, I want to. Look, think on this. We're going to open up the phone lines. What do you think about all this? James Comey, we know this guy. He's the epitome of the worst of the worst in the swamp. We know that. But I want to know your thoughts. What's your thoughts on all this? Give us a call, 232-1542, 844-766-6607. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble. Let me see you over there at rumble.com. It's so easy. You literally go to rumble.com, look up the Josh Guillory Show. There you are. And we want to see you. We want you to see us. And get up on that chat, man. That Rumble chat. It's looking pretty good over there on our page. Appreciate that, guys. All right, we're talking about James Comey, which is basically the face of the corrupt FBI swamp. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on all this? The Trump, I shouldn't say that. It's not the Trump administration. The DOJ, which I get it, is in the Trump administration. So the DOJ is contemplating, should they bring perjury charges against Mr. Comey before the time runs out at the end of this month? Days away.
I was wrong. Statewide, 911 is down.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Locally, 232-1400 if you have an emergency.
Golly.
Yeah, there's something going on.
All right, please spread the word. 232-1400 here in at least the Lafayette area. So, ask your local folks if you have an emergency. At least call the police department, something. So that is a big deal. That is a big deal. Glad we could spread that word. Okay, so let's go back to the phone line, or let's go to the phone lines. My favorite part, 232-1542. Look here on Rumble if you're outside the Lafayette area, 844-766-6607. Who we going to? Justin. What's up, Justin? What you got, buddy?
Not too much. So, James Comey, yes, he's an idiot. And he put himself back on the radar with the crap that he pulled on the beach. However, you asked, at what level are they at in the prosecution? They're currently at the level where they're padding the files so that Trump's lackeys can finally get a win on it.
Ooh, let's hope not. Let's hope that's not the case. Hey,
that's my conspiracy.
That's okay. Hey, well, you should call in tomorrow too. Jamie has an idea about conspiracy theories tomorrow. He might convince
do a
me.
Conspiracy theory show tomorrow.
Hey, thanks, Justin. I appreciate it. Look, the world we're in, or the country, the state of our country, it's not unreasonable for people like Justin, who clearly disagrees with the president, to formulate those initial reactions. And I don't want us to downplay the reality of the circumstances. I don't think he's right. I don't think that they would do that, but this is where we're at in the country. And it's probably in large part because I'm looking at 4 screens up there, which at least 3 of those 4 channels spend about 90%, actually it was 97%. They did a study one time just demonizing, not just disagreeing, which I thought you were the news, but not just disagreeing with Republicans or conservatives, especially people that have a movement or actually have a following. Their MO is to demonize. So of course, it's natural if you disagree with Trump or the policies to feel that way, in my opinion. And I think that that's very sad. It's a sad state of our country. I do think, not to keep overusing this, but I do think we're in a turning point. I do believe that it is a little too far. The woke, the killings, the violence, the divide, the needlessly fighting over every single thing, all the things we say that's wrong with our country, it seems like the elites in both parties do that, no matter who's in charge. I mean, you got some exceptions. You got our boy Trump trying to change the culture. Yeah, he wouldn't do it. Doing it his own way. Okay. When you're the president, you do it your way. Barack Obama did it his way. W did it his way. I mean, okay. That's his way. So you take the good with the bad. All right, let's go to Warren. Warren, what you got, Warren?
Well, they got this guy named Steve Quayle. He's a pastor from Texas, and he talks about the Nephilim, and he talks about how they disguise themselves and infiltrate our government. Y'all want to talk about conspiracy theories, but I think liar, liar, Nephilim, Bahonkas on fire. I'm so glad it's about time. We've been waiting a long time to see if the rubber's going to meet the road, and I'm very excited. And, today on the Moon Griffon Show, they talk about what a big loser Louisiana is because they're letting Texas come dump their hazardous material, what have you, saltwater injection wells. As big as Texas is, our politicians going to let them come ruin Louisiana so somebody can make a few dollars. It's a crying shame. It's time for people to go to jail. Thank you, Josh.
Hey, Warren, thank you. I wish Warren was on. I was going to ask him. You know, the sad thing is, and I'll pose this to everybody, look at legacy lawsuits. At one point, the state of Louisiana said, yeah, come on down. Come on, we want it. We want all that tax revenue. I'm taking one of my Dr. Kevin supplements.
Oh, what's Nephilim? I'm wondering.
Well, I was gonna hope you explain that, but I was going somewhere. I forgot my thought. But you get what I'm saying.
Hey, 911 service has been restored.
Just like that.
Thanks, Robert D.
Hey, you reported on the Josh Giller show, and action happens. I can't. It's just one of these things,
Hey,
you know.
facts, brother, facts.
It's kind of like, hey, you know, you be the judge.
So back to this Nephilim.
Mhm.
Hey, but no.
I got my thought.
Oh, okay.
We're going to let these guys do that, Warren, and then 40, 50 years from now, we're going to let trial lawyers sue us all the way back from what we're doing today in 2025. That's if you want to go off of history. Am I wrong? Phone lines are open. Am I wrong? We're not wrong. Sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
No. I just he brought up some interesting points though, because our next topic we were going to go into focused on energy, but I'm not familiar with this Texas thing. So they're going to let people come from, like,
where's Moon at?
Companies in Texas come and put their waste here? That's insane. Texas is huge.
It's we don't know the facts. I'd like to know more about that. Maybe maybe if Moon shows archive, we can go look at it. All right, so let's go back to James Comey. Now, again, he's not getting a pass today on the show. I do think now whether this goes to the grand jury, I'm not rooting one way or another. Okay, I'm praying for our country, and I pray that God's will be done, whatever that is, and I pray that He gives us peace within His will. Okay, that's my prayer and that's my request, and I'm genuine when I say that, because I don't. Let's say it's one end of the spectrum that they're doing what Justin said. Well, that no one condones that. No reasonable American would condone that. All right, so and I don't think that's happened. But what about the opposite end? What if it's completely true? You know. And but I don't look. I wish I'll say it's unfortunate that we have to even talk about it. It's unfortunate that the head of the DOJ, or excuse me, well, you can say that too, but the head of the FBI was so political and hated one person and one cause more than he loved his country is sad. The fact that we're having to have these discussions is horrible. I mean, this is the man, James Comey, who used his badge to try and take down a sitting president, not for any reason other than politics. He played politics with the Clinton emails. He played politics with Russia, and then he lied under oath to cover his tracks. And prosecutors are trying to determine, should we bring this forward? He leaked memos to fuel a fake narrative against President Trump. You saw that in live action, okay? He strutted around Washington arrogantly, like he was like untouchable. You know, like the rules didn't apply to them, and quite frankly, maybe they didn't. I mean, Comey is the ultimate deep state operator. Slimy. He cashed in on book deals. I mean, you saw this. Yeah, TV hits, smug interviews while the country suffered through years of division caused by him, caused by his FBI lies. He divided families. He poisoned public trust and wasted millions in taxpayer dollars chasing a hoax or blatantly lying. Which one is it? You were either chasing something that's false or you knew about it, and I think it's the second one. Regular Americans would be in handcuffs for doing what he did to Congress. Comey, though, well, he just goes on a speaking tour. He makes money off of it. So I could see why there would be a desire to bring the charges. I get it. And it's refreshing, you know. Hopefully they are objectively debating. Hopefully they're objectively determining whether or not to bring those charges, and you know, play the tape, see what's good for the country, see what's good for society. But this is why conservatives have zero patience right now. Zero patience left for these elites in Washington, man. I mean, look, dude thought he was above the law.
Still does.
Still. Now, and that's not just because he walks around at 9.5 feet tall above the earth, okay? But he's pretty tall. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Get the heck out. Welcome back.
Second
Woo!
time this week, man.
Boy.
Boy.
Ooh, I gotta be on my toes.
Better get a policy on you, man.
Man. Yeah, you're right. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana. And we're broadcasting live on Rumble, and we want to see you over there on Rumble. Go to rumble.com, look up the Josh Guillory Show. You can see us. You can go to our socials as well. You can go to my X. We're broadcasting live. That's at Josh Guillory USA. But just go to Rumble. It's so easy. Let's talk about new energy stuff, or energy department restructure, should I say. So we got some movement. This is a Louisiana topic, but to our listening audience and viewing audience outside of Lafayette or outside of Louisiana, it could apply to you as well. You know, I'm sure it's analogous to plenty of things that are going on in your world, your way. So let me just rattle off what's going on. Louisiana is renaming the Department of Energy and Natural Resources. I promise we're going to make this not a boring topic. But starting October 1st, that's a name change. Okay, it'll be the Department of Conservation and Energy. Now, this is coming from a 227-page law. We need that to rename things. It's more to it, I get it. It was passed this year under Act 458, if you want to look that up. So basically, the agency goes from 4 offices to 6 divisions. And it's splitting up permitting, enforcement, leasing, planning, and the administrative component. So they're building one permitting system for coastal and non-coastal projects. Okay. New rules require financial backing to plug orphan wells and faster timelines for permits. The secretary now has expanded authority over pipelines, enforcement, and waste disposal. Now, Dustin Davidson he just took over as secretary recently. Earlier this month, Tyler Gray had resigned. So, you know,
what's the point?
That's what I asked you when you sent me that article.
Look,
that's what I messaged you. I said, what's the point of this?
Exactly. So
well, I was just boring, too.
Same thing with Department of Transportation, y'all might recall. Oh, it's going to have a facelift. We're going to restructure, reorganize. Guess what's not getting done any quicker? Roads.
Yeah.
We still have high severance taxes.
Yeah. Although, kudos to the legislature and the governor, there was action on that. Brett Guyman, my boy over there, west of us, good
guy.
I love him, man. So he led the charge on that, lowering severance tax, but not to where we need it to be. And I knew where you're going with this, but keep going.
And then also, as long as we're making the conditions a little better for these energy companies, as long as we keep suing the pants off of them, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point?
You know, I think the folks would give Baton Rouge a lot more grace if we saw action, if we saw results. You see what I'm saying? So right now, in 2 years into this almost, all we've seen is ways to hurt the oil and gas industry, except for that one legislation. And that was great, man. But even then, okay, why are we making this hard? Texas has the roadmap. Lower our severance tax to Texas. I think they're at 4%, 4.5%. We did a significant reduction, and we shouldn't, that's not a laughing order. Good job, Baton Rouge, on that. I think we should give credit where credit's due. Good job. But still, the answer's in front of you.
Yeah.
The answer, here's the answer. Will you just grab it?
And Kill Switch, we see your message, man. You're not canceled.
No way.
We'll get to it.
No way.
Telling us that Warren was talking about Nephilim.
Yeah.
Which is a baby that is produced by a human and a fallen angel. It's Book of Enoch. It's gotta go do some reading on that. But yeah, man, you know what? Just fire half of the Department of Energy. Get rid of the bureaucracy. Have a permit department. Have a whatever department. Just stop with all these roadblocks, man.
Well, and I see now. Look,
drill.
Yeah, exactly. But do everything you can to allow them to drill. You know, but when we have the legal climate that we have, I'm not picking on my trial lawyer buddies. I'm really not. Okay, because it is a balance. You got to have, you know, and nobody here would most of us are not saying, look, if your people if your property's damaged, I think most people would agree, yeah, you should be made whole. What the issue is in the manner in which these legacy lawsuits are being allowed to be brought based on things years ago. You know, if Jamie goes home and accidentally runs over his neighbor's mailbox and tree, you know, there's a prescription period or a statute of limitations on this stuff. Well, I mean, you know, he can't come back a year and a half later or 50 years later, you know, and the government now is, you can't make this up, by the way. So the Louisiana government 50 years ago, 60 years ago, green light, man, y'all come on in, oil and gas. I don't care about these canals you're drawing. I don't care, digging. I don't care what you do. Just keep bringing these jobs, keep paying this tax revenue, keep our economy afloat, okay? And then that same state, 50 years later, says, even though we said it was cool and you're good, we're suing you. And by we, literally the state of Louisiana and Plaquemines Parish, you know? So I just, action. So I think the folks would give a lot more grace in these circumstances if we saw a little more action. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm sure there's some good in there.
There's
like the regulatory stuff that was referenced. We don't know what that means, but what it was written, how it was written sounded nice. All right. Stick around, guys. We'll be right back. Hour number 2. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. I remain your very grateful host. And in studio with me still, my main man, Jamie Angel.
What's up? Thursday.
The whole day.
All day and part of the night.
We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana. That's South Louisiana, Southwest Louisiana, to our folks outside the state. Also broadcasting live on Rumble. Love that. And I love to see all our folks over there. That's good, man. Rumble.com. Go and look up the Josh Guillory Show. Check us out. And we got something fun going on. Tell the folks.
Got a giveaway tomorrow.
What?
Giving away an American flag kit for your home. A couple of Josh Guillory Show koozies. But you got to go and sign up for Rumble. Go follow our page and give us a thumbs up. And tomorrow, we'll be dropping a little something in the chat there.
Yeah.
Then we'll open up the phone lines and ask folks to call in with it. So it'll be fun.
We may say the first one. We may say the third one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll have fun with it.
Who
But
knows?
it's free to do all that.
That's right.
All righty. And you might get a flag kit. And we'll do it for several weeks in a row.
That's right.
Yeah.
We got lots to give away over the coming weeks. So
Yes. All right. Let's go to this little topic, man. I didn't know left-leaning groups had gun clubs. Did you know that?
Well, apparently they love shooting people.
Oh, wow. So Fox News is reporting that Georgetown University students found recruiting flyers from the John Brown Gun Club celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Can't make it up. So it was a red flyer, and it read, "Hey, fascists, catch." That's the same phrase that was written on a shell casing by Charlie's killer. That was earlier this month, September 10th. And the flyer called the club, quote, "the only political group that celebrates when Nazis die," end quote. And he linked it. And he linked to a page. It linked to a page urging students to join. Wow.
It's disgusting.
The only political group that celebrates when Nazis die. Big red pamphlet. All right, so a few facts. Again, a few facts too if you want them. So the flyer was posted very openly on Georgetown's campus. It wasn't like some kind of like secret squirrel club. Wide and open. It directly referenced the assassination of Charlie Kirk, a Georgetown student. Again, she's actually a student leader. Said that the flyer was a threat to every conservative on campus. So Linda McMahon got in. She's the education secretary. She condemned the flyers and said her department spoke with Georgetown administrators. All on campus, Georgetown, right in your nation's capital.
They're just so emboldened.
They don't care. But look, that is, man, that's scary. That's scary but hopefully that changes. And hopefully that approach to resolving your problems by shooting people, innocent people, hopefully that doesn't spread to other people that believe in other political ideologies. Right now, it's just on the left.
You know, my girl Candace
Yes.
made some good points yesterday in her
You've
show.
been on Candace.
I love me
You've
some
been on a kick.
Candace.
Yep.
She was talking about how a few days before Charlie was killed, how she just had this strong feeling. She homeschools her kids. She told all her friends to pull their kids out of school. Like, it was short time after the Catholic school shooting in Minnesota,
Wow.
or Minnesota or Michigan, which state. But she said, pull your kids out of these places that are indoctrinating them, because now more than ever, public schools are factories for leftists. I mean, they're in there just putting all this stuff in your kid. Oh, it's okay to not feel like a girl or a boy. It's okay to want to be like, no, it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Mine wanted to be so many things.
Yeah.
Princesses, astronauts, a whole bunch of stuff.
President of the United States.
Hey. So campus police removed them and removed the group, removed as many flyers as they could. Damage had been done, obviously. and they launched an investigation. Now, interesting note here, the John Brown Gun Club has been tied to violence for years, including, shocker, Antifa, clashes with ICE officers. We've seen that. That was that was reported today. So not a beacon of peace over there at the John Brown Gun Club. In July, members were charged after an armed ambush at an ICE detention center down in Texas, Alvarado. That was like the other day. In 2019, one member was killed trying to blow up an ICE facility in Washington State. I mean, these guys are out there, and not isolated either, by the way. You know, it's a movement, this club says.
And they wonder why the president insisted upon sending National Guard troops into Los Angeles when he did a couple of months ago. It was to protect the facility where these ICE agents are housed, because obviously the threat is real, folks. Like, these people aren't playing around.
Tale of two styles of governance. You got one, the president saying, hey, man, you got a problem. Can you please fix it? They say, we don't have a problem when everybody else says there's a problem, including their people, okay? And they has to go in. Now, we have one leader wanting to protect law enforcement officers. That's President Trump protecting ICE agents. We have another, Governor Newsom over there in California, that wants to prohibit ICE officers from wearing masks. Now, that's very important. You got to, obviously, well, most folks understand the threat there. These are ICE agents on the border, a lot of times, dealing with people crossing the border. They're dealing, how did the president once call them? Bad hombres.
Bad hombres indeed.
So, you know, you kind of don't want your face to be recognizable.
Because they're doxing them. They're going through, they're looking up their families, they're threatening them. And put something in perspective for you. Charlie Kirk, Turning Point USA, went into these college campuses, these liberal college campuses, and he spoke the word of the Lord. You know, he never advocated for violence. He advocated for families, for the nuclear family, for just common sense things. And then you go in these liberal places like Georgetown, you get a liberal gun club.
Yeah.
And what is their first response to this young man getting shot?
Yeah.
Let's advocate for more. Let's do more of that, where this man was only preaching love. So it's sick.
Well, it's a double. One, you call him a Nazi. Far from it. Far from it. I mean, the guy literally was going on tour saying, prove me wrong. Welcoming differing thoughts.
Yeah.
That is quite the opposite of the Nazi Party. Anyway, all right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live from Rumble, rumble.com. Go over there, rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. I'm digging that chat over there at Rumble. Thank you, guys. Certainly appreciate that. One crazy, I see you. One crazy Cajun. Yeah, anyone notice how these leftist idiots hollering about masks are always wearing masks?
Did you see
It's true.
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner's daughter?
Uh-uh.
She's 19 years old.
All right.
She went before the United Nations. Made a fool of herself. I think we probably talked about it a bit yesterday. Wearing a mask and the goggles and all, advocating for worldwide masking. Oh, yeah.
Still?
Mhm.
Right now?
Well, she had a post-COVID complication, and she got some breathing issues now. But now
Okay, all
she, we're all entitled to purified air.
Okay. Well, all right.
Bless
She was
her heart.
serious about it.
Serious enough to go in front of the United Nations.
And they recognized her.
Yep, wearing a mask and all, and her dad's smoking a pack of cigarettes a day.
And then the same body that recognized this person to speak on this topic is the same body that can't understand why Trump is criticizing them on a few things.
Well, I mean, J-Lo is her stepmom, so
J-Lo, what you got against J-Lo?
nothing.
Man,
Nothing.
didn't he date? No, he didn't date Bay. He dated J-Lo.
J-Lo, Jennifer Garner, been around the block. J-Lo's been married like 5 times.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The dancer,
Yeah.
Mark Anthony,
Yeah,
Ben
yeah,
Affleck
yeah.
twice.
Yep, yep.
Oh, A-Rod.
A-Rod. All right. Hey, Aaron. All right. So let's go back to this John Brown Peaceful Gun Club. I joke. I joke. Yes, left-leaning, openly left-leaning gun club. They sent out a red flyer at Georgetown here in the United States. It's Washington, D.C., the capital. Big red flyer out there celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, saying they're the only political group in the country celebrating the death of Nazis. So not only did they celebrate his death, they call him a Nazi, which is
Sure, they're not the only one.
Yeah, at least they were bold enough to put it out there.
Free speech.
But none of this is isolated. That's free speech. This is not an isolated deal. I mean, these guys truly are like committed to the point where all what we're seeing on TV, that's like normal to these guys. It's scary, but we got to be strong and we got to face it head on. Talking about it helps. Not accepting it is the answer. That's why all this stuff with the UK appeasing all this Palestine stuff hey, been there, done that. Same approach with these little domestic terrorist groups. Zero tolerance. None. You don't appease. That's just common sense. It really is. It's like, it's not like Billy Bad, you know what? It's just common sense. Like, you don't reward bad behavior.
But they're so forward. And I'm quoting directly from the flyer. We're building a community that's done with ceremonial resistance and strongly worded letters. If you want to make a real change, it's your community. Let us know below. What does that mean?
You know what it means.
Sounds like they're gearing up for war.
Yeah, a little militia. Well, speaking of which, let's keep
Scary.
breaking this down, all right? But they've openly glorified violence in the past. And to your point on that flyer, now they're recruiting. They're recruiting these college kids, in this case, Georgetown. That's what you just read it off.
Yeah. That sounds like pretty blatant recruitment.
I bet they have a QR code.
You know they got a QR code.
I knew it. So they tie their message directly to Kirk's assassination, and we've read that, And again, we know who Charlie Kirk was. I mean, and still is. I mean, Turning Point USA it's not going anywhere. And Erica stepped up. Thank you. But we remember what the killer left behind. The same slogan these guys are using to recruit. Hey, fascists, catch. I mean, they took it from this killer. This assassin. Now it's printed on campus flyers. I mean, they did respond. I'll give the campus that. But it's not a coincidence. It is a direct continuation of assassination culture on the left. It's only one side embracing it. It's only one party kind of not condemning it. Zero tolerance is what is called for. And you can't be extreme on everything. You can't be zero tolerance on everything. Got to have some flexibility. Not on terrorism. Not on terrorism. No. You don't do that. And it's not hard. You make it hard when you do what the United Kingdom and France and all these people do. We're just going to appease. How'd that go with Hitler, the real Nazi? Chamberlain, go look. Prime Minister, Mr. Prime Minister, read your own history. You can't appease these. You can't appease. You can't appease. And look at the hypocrisy, though. Imagine for one doggone second if it was what is perceived to be a right-wing, whatever that is, a right-wing militia, posted flyers on a college campus celebrating the death of a Democrat activist. You know what would happen.
They break into network programming to talk about that.
Yes, it would be the lead story on every network programming. We interrupt this broadcasting to bring you boop.
Where's the gun control lobby on all this? They're awfully quiet.
Yeah.
They're awfully quiet.
Yeah. Really. That is a great
oh, it's okay
fact.
though. It's okay. They're killing Republicans. It's fine.
Man, where is the gun control lobby? Where you at? Where you at?
Where were you when they're killing children?
We're going to open up the phone lines next segment. You just give us a call.
Crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Gun control. Where you at?
How about
One of them?
lib control, Democrat control?
Well,
Because honestly, they seem to be the ones with the gun problems. They seem to be the
exactly.
ones who don't know what they're supposed to properly do with a weapon.
And then they collude with people like Jimmy Kimmel to tell people that, oh, no, it's a right-wing guy, it's a MAGA guy. And there are probably still people in the country still believe that.
They say it's anyone but one of their own. Yeah, screw you, Jimmy.
I mean, is that what he said?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Last night you watched it.
He said they continue to try to act like this shooter was anyone but one of their own.
Oh, the first time. Yeah, that's what got him in some trouble. I mean, dude, no objective evidence to even remotely make you think that reasonably. But you're just going to throw it out there. With this microphone comes a responsibility. Just saying. Or just do what we do. This is our opinion. But you just say it as authority. And then you get broadcasts on play. And look, if you're able to see Jimmy Kimmel on your TV tonight, it is because your local provider chose that. I want you to remember that, okay? It's not from the top. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana, South Louisiana. We are also broadcasting live on Rumble. Let me see you over there at Rumble. Join my friends over here on this screen to my right. Yes, can't wait. Can't wait. Rumble.com, look up the Josh Guillory Show. You will see us there. Jamie.
What's up?
My favorite part of the whole show.
Time for the call.
Let's do it. 232-1542. Also 844-766-6607. That number's on Rumble. You can see it. Don't have to memorize it, but wouldn't that be cool? All right, caller, you are live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yep, that's you, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Cool. Hey, this is Fred. I'm from Lafayette.
All right, Fred. What's up, bud?
I listen to you quite a bit when I get a chance.
Thank you.
Generally it's at work, but got a quick question or two. You had mentioned something about orphan wells. I'm not familiar with that term. You were talking about the drilling and stuff. Was that something about taxing and so on and so forth?
Yeah, we were talking about severance tax. So the state of Louisiana, and first, thanks for listening and thanks for calling. So the state of Louisiana, basically, their Department of Natural Resources basically reorganized that. And, you know, that might have some benefits. We don't know yet. It seemed like a lot of fluffy buzzwords, but we just took the opportunity to highlight if you really want to help oil and gas, well, there's two easy wins. You got to address the litigation climate. And then the second is this severance tax. And really, though, Fred, Louisiana did a good job on severance tax. We did lower it, but not to the level of Texas. And when you got a state to the west of us that it's lower taxes and you don't have to be worried about your pants being sued off of you, where would you dig a hole? You know, I mean, that's easy.
Yeah, I got you. I just wasn't familiar with it. I caught the end of it, and I didn't quite catch what it was you were talking about. I knew it was something to do with drilling.
Yeah,
but I'd heard you say something about orphan wells.
That was Jamie.
That's the important stuff what you said. But the next question is kind of a dumb question, but I just figured I'd ask it anyway.
Do it.
I didn't get a chance to do it earlier. So is that the brother of Orson Welles by any chance?
Orphan.
I thought I just hit that with, hit y'all with that, just kind of give y'all a break.
Thanks, Fred. We needed that.
Fred, call back in, man. That was a good one. All right, who are we going to? Warren. All right, Warren and Renee. Second bite. Keep it brief.
That's pretty good, Orson Welles, because that's your point a while ago when I called. You know, the states turn around doing worse than what the oil companies did. We did that way back when, but it's outrageous, you know. And now we're hearing. I don't know if you talked about it, but it shows the hypocrisy of our government, how silly it is. But they'll sell the people of Louisiana out in a second. But all the generals are going to be meeting, and they're announcing where they're going to be meeting at. All our top people meeting all in one place. I'm like, what? Why in the world? That sounds like somehow the Obama administration to be telegraphing what our military leaders are doing. Josh.
Yeah. I don't know any specific examples, but yeah, if that's
the Kirk Memorial was a good one.
Oh
you
gosh,
had the entire
I'm
cabinet
sorry.
there.
I'm
but
so sorry.
I think he's talking about military.
Yeah, but hey, look, to his point, yeah, that's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Let's go back to Renee. Hey, thanks, Warren. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, Renee, what you got, bud?
Well, I mean, you know how the Arab Spring started. They had a feminist Egyptian policewoman constantly harassing this guy, take his stuff away, try to shut him down, and you know, I feel that maybe like when they shoot too many people to the right and get away with it, we're going to blow up in our North American spring, and we're not going to be worried about being the part of being nice guys all the time.
All right. Well, look, hey, let's hope not.
We don't advocate for violence.
No. I mean, we don't want to lose our country. I mean, look, you want violence or you want our country? Can't have both. Can't have both. Or are we going to debate our thoughts by violence? That's not the country that we know. So you can't have both. So we don't advocate for that. We don't want to lose our country. I feel like we're trying to save our country. I mean, I think that's part of the cause. You know, keep the government doing what the Constitution says it can do and not let it overreach and things like that. And, you know, take take our rights away, like, our financial rights, and to make sure they're not burdening us with taxes. And that's at all levels. That's at all levels.
Will and Cecilia says that. Hey, he says we should let Renee and Warren guest host the show one day.
Do it.
I'd
I'm
say
in.
Bobby too, but Bobby sometimes slips
Uh-oh.
up and says a couple of
He
profanities.
said the S word last time.
He did,
Whoop.
and he always does that and then disappears. For a
Oh,
bit.
yeah. He knows what he's doing.
Trying to make sure we forget about it.
I think he thinks this is like Facebook jail or something, man. You can call back. You hadn't been banned.
Call back, just
Poor
don't cuss.
Killswitch thought he was banned on the Rumble chat. No way, Killswitch. No way. All right, let's go to this story. Roseanne. We just talked about Jimmy Kimmel. We
Roseanne.
just talked about Jimmy Kimmel. Well, Roseanne, she had some thoughts. She's blasting the double standard over there in Hollywood after Jimmy Kimmel's quick return. We talked about that to his ABC late night show. Well, Roseanne is saying the contrast between how she was treated in 2018 and how Jimmy Kimmel is being treated today shows exactly the industry's hypocrisy. All right, so remember, Roseanne Barr, she was canceled by ABC in 2018 after a tweet about Valerie Jarrett. Now, the network immediately yanked her hit show at the time, it was good ratings, calling her comments abhorrent. Absolutely. Own it. Johnny on the spot. Jimmy Kimmel was suspended just last week over his comments about conservative activist Charlie Kirk and Charlie's assassination. Well, he returned to air after only few days? 6 days maybe?
Yeah.
Not even a full
Not a
week.
week.
Man. Oh, and what I hear was opening with a very long, emotional monologue. That's all I've heard feedback on. And I don't care enough about what he has to say to watch it. Okay? But, of course, being a man who will fulfill his duties, my duty to this audience, I must know this information. So I do. Now, Roseanne is saying she lost her career.
Oh, yeah.
And she says she was branded a racist forever. Over her tweet, while Kimmel is welcome back. I could see where she would see a double standard.
And she took the tweet down almost immediately.
Yep.
She apologized profusely,
Mhm.
and nope.
Wasn't good enough.
Kimmel didn't even agree to an apology.
Nope. He hasn't apologized, right?
Well, if you
Was it
want to
one-
call it an apology, he's
Like,
like, my
"I'm
intention was
sorry.
never to.
I'm sorry I got caught.
Probably.
I'm sorry I got in trouble.
I'm sorry your feelings were hurt. Is basically what it.
Ah, well,
But
okay. All right.
said it wasn't his intention to be ugly. But
Hey, maybe it
Caught
wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. But that's the culture that he helps create. That's okay. That it's just so normal, that it's just so natural, that without any shame or any pause, you could just blurt out that statement.
oh, but let
And
Roseanne
he
do
helps
it.
it. Yeah, exactly. But he helps create that. He and his network, apparently. But yeah, Roseanne. Yeah, she does. Whoo. Oh, she supported Trump. Whoo, bad.
I'll take a name caller before I take a shooter.
Man, for real. Come on now. Interesting note, though, this one report I'm looking at, Roseanne has been noting, apparently, that she's pointing out that Jimmy Kimmel once wore blackface on ABC.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Oh, and let's remind folks again about the females in bikinis jumping on a trampoline. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
Mr.
big lefty.
High and mighty. Oh,
Yeah,
respect women. No, bruh.
Man, come on. Come on now. Like, for real.
It's getting goofy, man. It's
But
getting goofy.
her point on the blackface thing, not to point out the hypocrisy, but during this whole time where she was kicked off the air, not suspended, kicked off the air, he was criticizing her over and over about being a racist and about protocol and things like that. And she's like, hey man, I'm just letting you know.
And she had the #1 sitcom. Like,
She did.
it was a moneymaker, so much so that they continued it without her and
Yeah.
were still successful.
Yeah.
Kimmel's costing them millions of dollars, and he's just,
Cause.
it's just
The
so
cause.
hypocritical.
The cause. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble. Go over there at rumble.com. Check us out, Josh Guillory Show. All right. Let's switch gears, shall we?
We shall.
Let's do it. Okay, so moving on past Mr. Kimmel and Roseanne. You ever watch the Weather Channel? You do a lot, actually.
I used to.
Yeah.
But a little different than the National Weather Service.
So Lauren Nash.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the Weather Channel, right?
No, it's National Weather Service.
Oh, okay.
She a federal employee.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, good. I'm updating my notes right here. So Lauren Nash, she's a meteorologist. Yep, you're right. National Weather Service. Well, they have ties with the Weather Channel.
That's where the Weather Channel gets some of their info from.
Yeah, but she's in the New Orleans office, so a little close to home to where we're broadcasting. And she's facing cause to be fired, this little federal employee,
She should.
after posting political rants online. Yeah. Her social media posts mocked Christians at Charlie's memorial, and she compared it openly to a Nazi rally. Yeah.
Has she ever been to a Nazi rally?
Yeah, how do you like a Nazi rally? Like, oh yeah, it just looks like a Nazi rally. How come y'all are the only ones that know what Nazis look like?
No, it looked like a man who was loved and cherished by hundreds of thousands of people who showed up to pay respects, lady.
Thank you.
Respects. Have some.
Well, she don't know. She don't know. That's that bureaucratic state. That's what happens when we let the federal government grow to the level it has grown.
Hey, but you know what? I'll give her props for this.
What?
Free speech, First Amendment rights, and she is exercising them. But like you say, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
There's consequences
Well,
for,
how about
for
this?
having free speech, of course.
You have the right. What's her name again?
Lauren Nash.
Miss Nash.
Did you say Nichelle?
Nichelle.
Nichelle?
I compared,
Nichelle.
like, I threw, there's a syllable in Lauren, like E. So I just kind of inserted it.
Sure.
Anyway, yes, Miss Nash, you do have a right. That's a big thing in the law. You have a right to freedom of speech. What you don't have a right to is this little protections of civil service employment that you enjoy. You see, you give up that right, a little bit of it, in exchange for some protections. And guess what? You hang around long enough, you get a nice little pension rest of your life.
Maybe
healthcare.
a little plaque.
Absolutely, you're getting a plaque.
A signed certificate.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Job well done.
Absolutely.
No Rolex.
No, you can't. Gratuitous donation. Can't. But plaque, absolutely. Maybe a little free pass to the Smithsonian.
Or the golf course.
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
It's free.
It's free already. Yeah, lifetime membership to Muni.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
hey man. Glad to see the light is still up over there.
Oh, and the fountains are back on.
Yeah, thank God. It's easy. So, Nash, again, she's over there at the National Weather Service. She joined other leftists online as a federal employee, other leftists online smearing Charlie's Memorial in Arizona, where Christians raised their hands in prayer. She took issue with that, saying it was a Nazi rally. Okay, wow. So this article from the Hayride do a really good job, as they usually do. Pointed out that Democrats from Louisiana, Troy Carter, Cleo Fields, they couldn't even support a resolution honoring Charlie Kirk as a patriot and condemning political violence. So this is in all of our Louisiana viewers, all of our Louisiana listeners.
And remind them about the Minnesota lawmakers.
That's 1/3 of your House representation. 1/3. Thank you, Thank you, state Republicans. 1/3 of our delegation to the House is saying, "No, I'm not. I'm good."
Mm-hmm.
But I bet you what, you put a BLM something in there.
Oh no, you mentioned it earlier this week. Yeah, the Minnesota lawmakers who were assassinated.
Yes.
Unanimous I think he got all Republicans
100%.
100% supported it.
Yep. Now you got 58 Democrats that couldn't even bring themselves to vote. Some of them openly voted no.
So most voted absent or
Mhm.
no. Like, come on,
Yeah.
present. Out of here.
And weak.
Yeah, you were present for
Weak.
nothing.
Right.
You
Can we
wanna-
have a refund?
We'll go to Eddie real quick.
Yeah, let's go to Eddie. Oh yeah, let's do this. Eddie, what you got,
Yes,
buddy?
sir. Can you hear me?
Yep,
Mhm.
you got about 30 seconds, Eddie. Go
All right.
for it.
All right. If that woman really wants to know what a Hitler rally is, she needs to watch the History Channel because they do it all the time on World War II
Yeah.
and what Hitler did.
Yeah.
You know, so why don't she go before she spouts off her rhetoric or whatever the hell she thinks she's doing? Go watch it.
There you go,
y'all
Eddie.
fellas, and I'm done with that.
Well, that was well said in a very efficient time. Hey,
Hey.
so true. And Eddie's right. If you, and also the military channel 104 for your Cox Communication folks. I feel like I'm a
YouTube TV. I just
Hey,
gotta
yeah,
go look
yeah.
for it.
Hey, all the things. But do as we're running out of time here, do what Eddie says. Yeah, you can go check out that. But this Miss Nash might want to do that. You know, praying
Something.
is quite different. Anyway, all right, guys. Hey, thank y'all so much for joining us in this wonderful discussion of 2 hours. Be careful out there.